Desert Love. Inspired by Fazza, Sheikh Hamdan. In the heart of the desert, where silence sings, I whisper your name on the wind's soft wings. The stars above, my only guide, trace the path where your footprints hide. The dunes remember, though time forgets. Your laughter still in the sunset sets. Each grain of sand, a memory held, in golden heat, where secrets dwell. I have not seen your face for years, yet still I dream through dust and tears. The falcon flies with freedom wide, thoughts as do my thoughts where you reside. You were the moon, I was the tide, drawn to you, no place to hide. Even in stillness, your voice remains, a haunting echo in desert plains. The camels pass with heavy grace, like shadows, through this endless space. The nights are cold, the days burn high, but still, for you, I lift my eye. I speak to stars, they do not hear. I chase your ghost from far to near. The palm trees sway in silent prayer, lit wishing, somehow you were there. Too, you were the flame I couldn't hold. Love too wild, too pure, too bold. But still I wait, beneath this sky, where hawks still soar and falcons fly. My heart's a tent in shifting sand, built for you by longing's hand. And though you may never return, for you my soul will always burn. So come or don't, my vow remains, to across the dunes, through joy and pains. Desert lover, proud and true, 80 forevermore, I wait for you. Each one a word she once confessed. He turned the pages one by one, each line a cry, each verse undone. He read aloud beneath the skies, till birds fell quiet, stilled by cries. I begged her not to let me fade, but she just smiled and walked away. He carved her name in every prayer, but all I found was empty air. She never lied but never stayed. She held my dreams, then let them fade. Now every poem is just a screen of what I lost, of what I dreamed. The sun returned to light his face. He did not flinch, nor changed his pace. He stared ahead through winds and sand, a lonely king with open hand. I gave her kingdoms made of rhyme, and now I rot, alone in time. No palace now, just words and grief. My poems are my only relief. He folded up the final page. The wind responded like a sage. Then from his chest escaped a sigh, too wide to fit beneath the sky. I do not write for her return. I write because my insides burn. And if my voice makes someone heal, then let my pain be what they feel. He dropped his scrolls into the flame and watched them vanish with her name, not out of hate, nor from regret, but just because he won't forget of celebration that feels like exile. They from your own aching chest, they sang for me. Date songs stitched with praise. I as if my soul were a trophy. Then not a bruise wrapped in silk. I learned to laugh. With lips that had kissed grief in secret. I became fluent in the language, life of silent endurance. And each poem I wrote buried a wound within it, like a flower planted in dry desert soil. Hoping someone would water it. With understanding. My verses are riddles, not because I fear clarity, but because I fear pity. So I paint joy in public, and cry in metaphors. They applaud when I say love is eternal, but do they hear the tremor in the ink? The way the pen stutters when I write her name. She was a whisper I lost in a roar. She was the sea I could not hold. The end. So I built castles in the sand, death smiling, while the tide came for everything I hid. At night, I remove my crown. The end. I become a boy again, barefoot in memory, thy bleeding in silence. No stage, no camera, no obligation to pretend. There, beneath the emptiness, my poems weep in full. They say, this is the prince's truth. He was celebrated, but he was alone. And in that loneliness, he wrote of roses. They. So no one would see the thorns in his breath. The garden of my words is lush. But each flower grew from sorrow. Each bloom carries the scent of something I dared not say aloud. When they praise my lines, I bow with grace. But I wonder that if they knew where the poem truly came from, would they still smile? Do they not see the grief? Death's grandeur? My poetry is not just a crown. It's a confession. And every time they cheer, I mourn silently. For the boy who never got to cry. Then the sunlight, I have become the mask they needed, joyful, brave, untouchable. But behind the verses, I still remember the look in her eyes, that when she said goodbye. The line I wrote that night, the wa was never read aloud. She left like dusk, slowly. But once she was gone, nothing felt warm again. And so I wrote of stars, so they wouldn't ask why my skies were always cloudy. They crowned me in gold, draped me in robes, kissed by light. The end, whispered, you are the joy of the people. I smiled not for joy, but to hide the ache nestled just beneath my ribs.